Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, classmates. We are the last group. We are the group rookie. The clique. Yeah. So, where is the world? So, good morning, everyone. I am Jelalyn Borola, and I will be your first presenter for today. And I am tasked to present about classroom practices in teaching mathematics in the Bernal grades. First is use of manipulatives. Manipulatives are physical objects that students can use to represent mathematical concepts. They help students make connections between abstract ideas and concrete objects, making learning more engaging and meaningful. So, ang kaning manipulatives kay mga physical objects siya which maka-help sa teachers nga maka-learn o maka-gain of deep understanding ng students. For example, kay cuisiner rods. So, ang kanang cuisiner rods, mura na siya o popsicle sticks. Pwede mo siya magamit sa addition or subtraction. For example, put ang kanang fraction ball. So, ang kanang fraction ball, maka-help siya sa students na ma-visualize bitaw, na nabiyatay gitawag nga kung ano, mga visual learners. Nya, kanang one quote nga, if ang students quote kay, kanang bitang makakita yun sa kanang ilang katunan, kay mas makakakun bitagit sila, like, magpabili ng ilang knowledge. Pinakapalingkod next. Next is real-world problem solving. Real-world problem solving involves presenting mathematical concepts and concepts in everyday situations. This helps students see the relevance of mathematics and apply their skills to real-life problems. So if one day if ako ganun i-integrate ang mathematics sa real life, kaya ka na makita bitaw sa students kung unsay ka ng kapusganan sa iyang pagkakul o mathematics. For example, kaya ka ng ako ang natay itulong nga ka ng concept sa students, tapos ako siyang i-integrate sila sa pag-budget nila silang allowance. Nga ang kanang pag-budget nila silang allowance, kay magsige man din ang balik-balik no, so repetitive sila. Then, nabeto'y biso sino nga kanang kuan the greatest teacher is experience. So, mas nindot yun if ang students kay maka-experience sa ilang learning in order for them to gain more nutrition. Next. The last is collaborative learning. Collaborative learning involves students working together in small groups to solve problems and discuss mathematical ideas. This promotes communication, critical thinking, and problem-solving skills. So, kanin sa collaborative learning, kaya kanang, di ba, ang one example ani is group work. Like, simply, ang students kay tagaan mo ka ng problem ba then they will solve it, nga grupo sila. So, by collaborative learning, ang mga students kay maka-confront bitaw siya, magkakon siya o kanang socialize siya o ba na classmate, usap po ana kay kanang maka-critic bitaw sila sa usap-usap, unsay kanang nakuwangan, unsay kuwang, unsay nakatun sa usa ka groupmate nila nga wala kay baong usa. So magkatinabangay sila na mo-improve ang ilang knowledge nga much better pagit sila o kanabitang makatunan about sa subject. So that would be all. Then the next reporter will be Ms. Kayama.
So next is preparing tools necessary in teaching mathematics. For the measuring devices, ang among gibutan nila is our rulers, measuring weights, protractors, and scales for lessons involving measurement and geometry. So kaning ruler is very gamit jud kayo siya, not just only for the elementary but also hangtod jud siya ma-college or hangtod ba maestro o maestra na jud mo tanan. So gamit jud kayo ang rulers. So usa pud ana sa among utang is ang calculator. So the basic calculator to support computations and explore mathematical patterns, especially for older primary students. So kanin pong calculators kay usa po di siya kanang sa tools nga gamit kayo sa tanan kay kanang dili bitaw sama sa naman jud ubano nga kanang mag-solve bitaw kay dili na sila magamit og kanang calculators kay madamo bitaw kanang ila kanang bitaw sa kamot-kamot ra ni kanang pag-solve sa usa ka problem. Pero kasagaran jud no mas indot jud magamit ta og calculators or mas nice jud nga natay calculators nga mag-solve pud ta para pud makita ang atong mga equations nga imuhang i-use. more na siya. The next reporter will be Bea Lacerda.
Good morning, everyone. So, sabi ko lang, good practice of learning. So, assessment of learning, kaya ang purpose na evaluate student learning ahead as well as unit or work through summative assessment to measure student achievement. So, kaya na magkakala final exams, kaya mga major exams. So, an example na assessment of learning. So, next, kaya assessment for learning. So, ang purpose sa assessment for learning is to inform instructions and guide students learning. So, magpapagod po ang assessment of learning kaya about ang yakapal kaya summative assessment. So, ang assessment for learning saan kaya focus on sa formative assessment. So, like ang mga quizzes, ang mga observations na ginagawa sa para mag-provide of feedback sa students and kanang mga teachers. So, next kaya assessment as learning. So, assessment as learning is purpose it teaches students in reflective learning and self-assessment. So, nag-one na ang assessment as learning kay student centered siya. So, ang examples like student centered mga rubrics, mga criteria ang abing sa usay ka na sa student. So, engineer ang kuhaan siya kung ato ang kanang minuto ng kapadang student of learning kaya focus sa evaluations or kanang atong summative. Dahil ang assessment for learning kay formative dahil nagkuhan siya sa mga feedback sa students o sa teachers. Dahil ang assessment as learning kay students reflection or kato students centered siya or formative. So that will be our next question.
So, I am the last reporter of Group 8 and my topic is all about different processes of assessing and evaluating learners' progress. So, dapat is siya nga kuhaan. Assessment is which is first is formative assessment. It is an ongoing check of students' progress that occur during the learning process. It helps identify students' strengths and areas seeking improvement before final evaluation. So, sa observations, kay teachers can observe students during classroom activities to gauge their understanding and engagement. This could be done through one-on-one interactions or while students are working in group. So, dapat mag-observe kung ang katrina, ang example niya, sabi mga group activity. So, ang teacher dapat mag-observe sa mga students. Next is classroom participation. This includes asking questions, encouraging discussions, and checking for understanding. Students' willingness to engage and contribute can offer insight into their grasp of the material. So, ang classroom participation, kahit na mangutana kami o question ang teacher, then answer ang student. So, next. Next is summative assessment. So, it typically occurs at the end of a unit or term, evaluating the cumulative knowledge and skills a student has gained. So, ang example niya is na magpa-exam ang teachers after sa discussion. Then, mga project and presentation. Then, next. And lastly is diagnostic assessment. So, it takes place before or at the start of a learning process and is designed to identify students' existing knowledge, skills, and learning needs. So, ang examples ay ang quantitative